My dear viewers, now discuss metals and non-metals based on cbse class 10 part 1. Part 1 discuss only for question answer. This part very important question for the board exam. Part 2 next part, that is next part 2 discuss only for the very short type question answer, that is true false, fill in the blanks, etc. Okay, please show the next part 2. Now discuss, give the reason magnesium is used in manufacturing firework. Magnesium is one of the alkaline earth metals and is one of the most common element in the earth crust. In its pure form, it is silvery white and relatively soft. It burns in air with a brilliant white light, and for this reason is often used in flares and firework. Show the picture, explain this question, that is white color. Show the picture. Okay, thank you. Give the reason the preference of gold is making jewelry. Okay, gold is one of the least reactive metal. Okay, it generally does not react with oxygen, water, or acid and loses its luster. Okay, gold is also very ductile and malleable. Therefore, it is used for making jewelry. This is the picture support this question. Okay. Give the reason chlorine is due to sterilized water. To prevent contamination with germs, water companies add a disinfectant, usually either chlorine or chloramine, that kills disease causing germs such as Salmonella, Campylobacter, and Norovirus. Show the picture using this question. Okay, thank you. Give the resin, that is coating of oil rims and tapped with chromium. Okay, answer, chromium is plated on objects like carpet, bathtub, kitchen gas burners, bicycle handlebars, wheel rim, etc. to make them scratch resistance. Okay, show the picture supporting this question. Okay. Give the reason. Stainless steel is used in the making of cooking utensil. Okay. Non-reactive surface, unlike aluminum and iron, stainless steel is a non-reactive metal. It means you can cook acidic food in stainless steel utensil without affecting the flavor of the food and without damaging the surface of the metal. Show the picture supporting this question. Okay. Differentiate between painting and dressing or oiling. Painting. Apply a coat of paint on iron objects prevents rusting. The layer of paint prevent the contact of air or moisture with iron. Show the part. This is the picture supporting this part. Okay. Next word, oiling or greasing. Okay, a thin layer of oil or grease is the applied on the surface of iron objects like tools machine. This prevents the contact of air or moisture with tools and machine. Show the picture supporting this part. Differentiate between metalloids and metal. Metals, crystalline solid excision mercury, that is Hg, with metallic luster. But the metalloid may be crystalline or amorphous, sometimes have metallic luster. Do not, that is metal, do not readily share electrons. Their vapors are monoatomic. But the metalloid readily share electrons even in the elemental form. Okay, that is the metal exhibit electrical and thermal conductivity. Electrical resistance usually increase with increased temperature. Okay, but the low electrical and thermal conductivity for metalloid. But the metals have high density and useful mechanical property. Okay, but the metalloid moderate density, no useful mechanical properties. Okay, metals electropositive from cation, example Cu2 plus, Na plus, etc. But the metalloid sometime electropositive, sometime electronegative. Metals form basic oxide, example calcium oxide, that is CaO, but the metalloid form acidic oxide. Okay, metals deposit on the cathode during electrolysis, but metalloid deposit on the cathode. Metals either form no compounds with hydrogen or form unstable compounds, usually non-volatile, that is metal hydrides. But metalloid form stable compounds with hydrogen, example arsenic hydride, that is AsH3, H2Ac, selenium hydride, etc. Show the example for metal: lead, gold, silver, copper. Okay. Some example of metalloid: silicon, boron, antimony, germanium. Differentiate between metals and nonmetals. Metal, they have lustrous thin. Nonmetals are non-lustrous dull. Metals are malleable and ductile. Nonmetals neither malleable nor ductile. Metals are highly density, melting point and boiling point, but non-metal low melting density and boiling point. Exceptional case for metal, mercury and gallium. Other metals are solid at the room temperature, but the non-metals exist solid, liquid and gas at the room temperature. Metals are sonorous, but non-metals are not sonorous. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. That is character of metals, but the non-metal not poor conductor of heat and electricity. Metals, they are generally hard, exceptional sodium and potassium, but the non-metals are generally soft, exceptional diamond. Metals, they have highly tensile strength, but non-metal have low tensile strength. Blue denoted metals and green denoted non-metal. Example of metal: lead, gold, silver, copper. Non-metal example: diamond, carbon, sulfur. Define alloying. An alloying is a mixture of chemical elements where is primary component of a metal. That is, for example, bronze, the component of copper and tin. 18K gold, that is the component of copper and silver. Okay. A metal alloy is a substance that is the combines more that one metal or mix a metal with other non-metallic elements. Okay. For the example, brush is an alloy of two metals, copper and zinc. Steel is an alloy of a metallic element, iron, and a small amount of up to the 2% of a non-metallic element, that is carbon. Okay. Define metalloids. Metalloids, some elements show the properties of both metals and nonmetals. Such elements are called metalloids. Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, and tellurium are a few examples of metalloid. In the periodic table, yellow colors show the metalloid. Okay. Some example of the metalloid: silicon, boron, arsenic, antimony. How ductility is differ from sonority. Ductility, the property by which substance can be drawn into thin wire, is called ductility. Metals are ductile. Okay, example are sodium, zinc, and potassium. Show the picture some property of ductility. Okay, gold is the most ductile metal. Okay, next word, sonority. But the sonority, the property by which metals can produce a ringing sound when they are struck with a hard object, is called sonority. Almost all metals are sonorous. Okay. Show the picture some example of sonar. Okay, thank you. What is rust? Write the chemical reaction involved in its formation. The reddish brown deposit found on iron objects is known as rust. The chemical reaction of rusting can be represented as iron, that is Fe plus oxygen O2 plus water H2O, form rust, that is hydride iron oxide, that is Fe2O3 XH2O. X is the variable number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So the picture example of the rusting. Okay, thank you. Now condition necessary for rusting to occur. Okay. The presence of air, that is oxygen, and moisture water are the necessary, that is essential condition for rusting to occur. When an object made of iron is exposed to moisture, air, and water for a long time, it gets corroded and leads to the formation of a compound called ferric oxide or iron oxide, that is Fe2O3, also called rust. Okay, the condition show the picture explained by question. First test of only presence air, no rusting. Second test of only present water, no rusting. But the third test of all condition is present, that is iron is from the rusting. Okay, so the picture properly, please. Difference between electroplating and galvanization. Electroplating, the process of coating iron objects with metals that do not corrode, is called electroplating. Metal like tin, nickel, chromium are used for electroplating which prevent rusting of iron. Okay, show the picture supporting the electroplating. Okay, next part, galvanization. Okay, galvanization, that is the process of coating iron objects with a thin layer of zinc metal is known as galvanization. Zinc is a corrosion resistant metal, hence it is prevent rusting. Show the picture supporting galvanization. Okay, thank you. Write down different methods used for prevention of rusting. Okay. Oiling, greasing, or painting. By applying oil, grease, or paint, the surface get a waterproof coating and the moisture and oxygen cannot come into direct contact with the iron particles. Hence, rusting is prevented. Show the picture supporting this question. Okay. Okay, my dear viewers, thank you.